What is going on, Cubs fam? I am sorry we are getting a very late video out today to talk about some recent changes, announcements coming down the pipeline. You guys already know, you've seen the requirements, you've seen all of the stuff coming down from CG, but I want to talk about why I'm actually very impressed with half of the story here. When it comes to Sith Eternal Emperor, I think maybe there's a little bit more to be upset about, but with Jedi Master Luke, I think CG has given us some pretty dope requirements for the most part. Now, I'm gonna preface that by saying I understand for those of you who haven't been farming actively for Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, not to be confused with Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, I do think that there could be cause for frustration here. It's lopsided in the sense that, man, you've got how many relic characters you need to farm for Jedi Luke just to get to, being able to farm your Jedi Master Luke. I mean, if you look at Jedi Knight Luke, which is he's now in the Journey Guide. And speaking of, by the way, tomorrow morning on Twitch, I will be unlocking him. I've got his requirements ready, but it's basically like requiring all of these characters too. And so there's definitely an angle of this that is like, wow, really, they're requiring a character like this. But I want to talk about why I'm actually personally very happy about this for Jedi Master Luke, because look at all of the characters that they're requiring so far. This is maybe one of the best investments in the entire game right now, and you benefit every single step of the way. Every single step of the way you benefit so far, because all of these characters are great. All of them. You benefit from Mon Mothma. She's been getting great defensive holds for me in Grand Arena. You benefit from Chewbacca. Do I really need to talk about how beneficial Chewie is? How many different events you can get tons of use out of him for? How great he is on offense, how great he is on defense. How much do you benefit from Rey Jedi training now in the game with the Resistance Bro? She's a character that you can use to farm other Galactic legends. 3-Baka, how much you can benefit from him. C-3PO. I mean, all of these characters. Old Ben might be the worst one on the list, but even Old Ben is going to find some really solid use under a Jedi Knight Luke or in other areas of the game, B-Team Jedi. He might be the worst one out here, and so calling Old Ben the worst, that's pretty good. R2-D2, long-standing, one of the best legendary characters in this game. And then, of course, Han Solo, solid DPS, stun, goes first all the time. And then what is really icing on the cake for me, Cubs fam, is that when you farm Jedi Knight Luke, you're also double farming for Jedi Master Luke. Because again, if you go look at Jedi Knight Luke, his requirements, he's got two characters here, Chewbacca, and he's got C-3PO. You're going to need to relic them. So if you've got Jedi Knight Luke, then you've got two characters, for all intents and purposes, checked off. You might need to bump the relics up a little bit more for C-3PO and for, let's see here, for Chewbacca. Commander Luke Skywalker is noticeably missing from this list of requirements, and because we've got Jedi Knight Luke in here, I'm thinking there's a good chance that Commander Luke Skywalker shows up in one of these last requirements as well, and so there may even yet be more characters that are going to be double farms for Jedi Master Luke, which in my opinion really takes off that sting, I think, from requiring a character like Jedi Knight Luke for this. Another character that I think is, I mean, if you look at the Journey Guide, I think is very likely to be required is Hermit Yoda. Hermit Yoda was very, very influential on Jedi Luke and even Jedi Master Luke, right? You saw the scene in The Last Jedi. I have a hard time seeing them doing this without Hermit Yoda being required. And so we have at least, I would say pretty likely, I would bet on both Commander Luke and Hermit Yoda being required, which would lead to 4 out of these 9 required characters being double carryovers to the Jedi Master Luke event. So, my opinion, guys, this right here has just become the best investment in this game, assuming that Jedi Master Luke is going to be an absolutely OP character, which I'm only assuming he will be. You get a ton of benefit, not just from having him, but every single character along the way. We'll have to wait and see what the others are. I'm thinking there's also a good chance, by the way, that Farm Boy Luke is going to be required. He's probably going to be the main character that is maybe not fitting that bill. He'll probably trump Old Ben as maybe the least usable character on the list. But even Farm Boy Luke, you can find some niche uses for. Sith Eternal Emperor is a bit of a different story. And so I think there's an interesting choice that we have here for Sith Eternal Emperor versus Jedi Master Luke. And that is that the Jedi Master Luke farm might be more labor intensive if you have not farmed for Jedi Knight Luke so far. But if you haven't, this is going to be maybe a quicker farm. You've only got one marquee character here. And so you don't have Mon Mothma and 3 Baka. You got one marquee character, and a lot of these characters are long-standing characters in the game. Of course, if you did go for SLKR, you're going to have your Relic 7 Palp ready to go. But the characters are less useful. And so it's not quite the same with Sith Eternal Emperor, but I wouldn't call them garbage characters. I mean, Sith Marauder is a character that you guys can see how pathetic my Sith Marauder is. Only 5 stars. I'm gonna have to start working on that. Yeah, I just never really got into that. But Sith Marauder with Darth Revan, obviously very, very solid. Krennic, definitely laying a goose egg. Like, I really wish that they would rework him because he's a great character in Rogue One, and he's just never really been that good. Royal Guard, not that great either. You can find some niche uses for him, usually B Squad. Dooku, great. Dooku's got a really solid Grand Arena team right now, and so you're going to find a lot of good, solid use out of him. Sidious and Maul, not quite up to snuff. And so in here, arguably, you've got 4 characters out of what's been revealed so far that just aren't really that great. And so I think you've got a decision to make here as far as your farming priorities. Now, barring any reworks, when you farm for Sith Eternal Emperor, you're ending up with characters you're not going to be able to use in as many places, but you might be able to get there quicker if you're starting from square one. Whereas Jedi Luke, bit of a tougher grind to get there, depending on where you're at. But all of these characters, all of them so far, are extremely, extremely useful in my personal view. I mean, we didn't really talk about the Rebel Y-Wing. I think even the Rebel Y-Wing you can find use for, maybe not quite as much as the BTL Y-Wing. So anyway, fam, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. I'm sure that I actually have not got a pulse on where the community's at because I've kind of been dead to the world all day. I'm sure that there's some people that aren't too happy about having Jedi Knight Luke in there, but I'm personally down. I'm gonna admit I've got some bias here because I am ready for Jedi Knight Luke, and so it's kind of a wash for me. But I could see, like, especially if you did not farm for him at all, this is probably going to suck really bad for you guys. And so I'm not trying to invalidate any of those frustrations you guys may have, but I do definitely feel like this is a solid investment, and it's not going to hurt you in any way as you farm up for Grand Arena. So again, let me know what you guys think about that, and also seeing Gas in the Journey Guide finally showing up. He's going to be permanently there here. I think the announcement said September 14th, which I believe is Monday. So go out and get your Gas, ladies and gentlemen. Bring your Pepto-Bismol and get him ready to go. So thanks again for joining me for the video, fam. Love you guys. See you over on my Twitch stream. If you guys are on this video right as I released it, I am streaming my Grand Arena shortly after this, and then I will be live in the morning on Twitch, 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on, Thursday, to unlock my own Jedi Luke and maybe do a little bit of whaling to get him ready for our Jedi Master Luke. All right, fam, I'm out. Love you guys. See you later.